Right, but we are back on, or I'm back on, and I am just doing a video to talk about alternative methods of detoxing the body to prevent these waves of viruses, should we call it. I do this with viruses because I have treated my body for a long, long time and my patients, and my knowledge is from my own experience, my experience with patients as an acupuncturist and alternative medical practitioner, and my other knowledge is now from galactical sources where I connect up to source as well. So my awareness is that the body is trying to detox, and the body is trying to detox. The body of the earth actually is detoxing. So these waves, and I've had this on my videos for about 3, maybe even 4 years now, about Easter and November, the shift of the yin and the yang, the 8, and it coming, and there will be different variant, there'll be different wave, and the different virus. And this is what's coming out to be expressed now. It's been given different names. And we can see children are trying to express it. Now, children are the highest immune system, depending on other conditions, obviously, but they are the highest immune system in the household. And now it's coming through quite strong with strep, let's say. It's coming out. They're all heat. Anything with heat symptoms is like toxic heat in the liver. The throat is the reason, because this is the channel from the liver, is about talking. Communication, the pineal gland. This is in the Kings of the Valleys, about how the DNA is suppressed, the power of the pineal gland. This is how old this spiritual war is. It's amazing. So the children are trying to express the DNA frequency of the toxins in the system of the household they live in, because they are the strongest. So they're trying to break it out. Now, if it's not coming through with rashes or strep, or that, it's coming through behavior, through angry behavior like ADHD, because anything physical is expressed through the body in a physical condition, or otherwise, actually, emotional disorders are the same, is the same condition being expressed emotionally. So if you express yourself emotionally first, from the spirit energy, electrical energy from the organ, then it won't come out so physically. This is my research, and this is the 3 layers, the 369. There's all the patterns of physics and quantum physics, and the circle of life, the one that just keeps going. And we have the 12 organs and the 6 systems. The medicine I teach is about the elements, and it's about the 6 organs, the 12 organs in the body, and the 6, because you have yin and yang pair. The liver, when the liver is overflowed, we get pains, then we get blood stagnation, we get heat, we get toxins, and we have problems connecting to our self, which is in the throat. Also, the first year of COVID, the translation of COVID from Latin was crown. There's the crown chakra. So that was 1, 2, 3, and now we're here. And these are my predictions, and they're going to come down. It's going to come down and express itself differently in different vibrations, slightly differently, but the cleansing of it is still going to be detoxing symptoms, just slightly different. So you have sort of phlegm, you have heat, you have rashes, you have behavior, you have foggy mind. Everything that's coming here, this is kidneys. This is, I say liver and heart, because you've got the shed in the heart, but the liver, so red eyes, stomach headaches, you get phlegm, you got nose, anything to do with the neck, you've got wind heat, lips, anything to do with this is the liver channel and the stomach channel. You get tongue, red tongue, this is the heart. So everything, and this is the opening of all the organ systems. So whatever happens up here is the last channel for it all to come out. or it can come this way. But I mean, it's not come that way because we've only come to here, yeah? Wait till we get the next few years and it comes down in the body, then it's going to vibrate through the whole body and it will come out as a virus in a different expression. That's what it will come in, a detox in a different expression. Now, if you've ever done any deep detoxing, I can't speak, sorry, I'm tired. If you've ever done any deep detoxing, you will know what it's like to have a detox symptoms, and they're very, very similar. I noticed this when I first started practicing my acupuncture, my clinic. I was like, oh, these people, it's like they've got like a cough or a cold or a virus. And if we don't forget, when we have a break and when we have a holiday, especially if we're working hard and we're under stress, if we suddenly stop and we get ill, it's because the body's had a break and the cortisol, the stress is taken off, and then the body is allowed to heal. It's allowed to rest and it's allowed to come back into alignment. The nervous system can just take a chill pill, and what the body does, it starts to breath and relax, and it starts to go, oh my goodness me. Now, and this, what we've got going on now, that's detoxing, okay? What we've got going on now, though, is the children. This is why I'm just talking about this, why they are expressing a cough, cold, bug in a more violent way. Someone on a group said, oh, these evil bugs. I'm like, yeah, it is literally. It's very strong. It's very heat. It's very angry because the body doesn't lie. And so, as well as the healing being expressed from the earth every Halloween and every Easter, and the figure of 8 that comes through, and this, we've gone 1, 2, 3, and we've got 7 more to come, okay, into the body. So not only are we trying to express that, but now we are dealing with the external build-up and backup of vaccines. Whether we believe in them or not doesn't matter. The body still has to process the chemicals in the body. And so it's now got 2 jobs to do. It's got healing and it's got cleansing of extra sources of stuff it doesn't recognize. So that's why it's more violent as well. And so what my recommendation is that everyone just start detoxing, cleansing the body. You can do liver flushes. I've got a liver flush video on my YouTube channel. The spiritual connection to why you're doing a liver flush always gives it an extra little boost. If you have an understanding of what you're trying to release from trauma, of your subconscious inner child work, shadow work, then you will release more each time you do it. Kambo medicine is a frog medicine. It's very legal and it's very safe with the right person, understanding that the person who serves the medicine is there to protect from other forces. What the medicine does is it allows you to process any trauma. It allows you to go in to your lower frequency that's stored in your DNA. And the medicine comes through and it squeezes the immune system, the gut and the liver, and it releases and it purges. And then it rejuvenates the whole nervous system up to here, down to the back, and it allows the whole body to heal and process, depending on what you're ready to heal at that time with consciousness. So that's that. I've got some other videos. Epsom salts is a really, really great way to cleanse the body with sleep as well. So I have Epsom salt baths in the evening and try and get to sleep for 8, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, the adrenal glands will start to, when I say heal, they just start to rejuvenate themselves. So it's like filling up that bank again, so it's not overusing. And then we've got this cortisol issue, which is a toxin that you're trying to release. So, and then 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you've got the gallbladder, which is the yang organ for the liver, and then 1 to 3. This time of night is essential to be asleep, so your body can totally detox. Plus, it doesn't need any food in the system, so it is literally just cleaning your bloodstream and then the nervous system, the liver and the kidneys. And then when you wake up, you'll be able to cleanse and go to the toilet, let go of what toxins has been sorted out at night, and then you'll be ready and happy to eat. 8 to 10 is the best time to have digesting food and digesting your thought patterns. That's why meditation's good in the morning. Digestion is all to do, close your eyes, there is no physical, okay? We are all a manifestation of our frequency of thoughts. If you, it doesn't matter if you eat 100%, 155,000% healthy, if you have thought processes in your head that you're not aware of that say, I don't like myself, I'm crap, I'm this, I'm that, then you will have toxins. Or if you've got anger in there from anything. We were all angry. Our consciousness is angry because there's a lot of lies and manipulations around. So our body doesn't lie, and our body doesn't like these frequencies that's going on. And even beyond everything that's going on, the communication that's going on, our bodies can feel it, and like it doesn't like, and it turns into a toxin. So let alone we got to flush that as well. So, but that's a very good way in the morning to connect to yourself, to make sure that you're, what am I doing in the morning? What am I doing? Why am I doing this in the morning? Am I connected to my higher self? Am I connected to my purpose in my life? What am I doing here? You know, who am I connected with? Are they the good energy source? Is it serving me? Am I serving that other person? Is there a balance in this relationship? What is going on, etc., with your work and other things. So all these balances do have a really big knock-on effect. And now we have consciousness awakening. It's called Christ consciousness, which means all the memories in the DNA are awoken. They're coming back. And when this is Christ consciousness in the body, it's coming down. This is why it's coming down to the head, to the neck. When it is awoken into the body, we will we are awakening to all these stories that we're remembering. So there's, people talk about timelines and things like this. My research is time is trauma. Once we heal the trauma, there will be no time, not so big and not so suppressed and this subconscious, but we will have a process of maybe 2 or 3 years that we're here on earth and we process what we experience. But at the moment, humanity is processing a civilization, which is in the loss, which is what the subconscious is. So we're all bringing this up, and we do have to look after ourselves at the moment. Okay, and we have to cut off different things because everybody's cell, everybody's body and consciousness is awakening. So we are flitting and not sure what communication. It depends on what level of what stage that person of healing is at, and there's no good or bad, right or wrong level, promise you. So we just need to understand what these dimensions are and what these timelines is our own, and when we, I'm jumping about a bit here, sorry, but our soul, this is the history, like the soul here is like it's there and it vibrates through the body, but when it has a trauma, it fractures off. So and it goes into different quantum time, space, times. And this is what people like myself go and collect, and we bring it back here in the 3D. When we bring the soul back here in the 3D, which is happening anyway, but it's just another way to get on top of the process. It can, then it helps the body detox, and it helps you remember the truth. When your body's happy and connected to the truth, it feels at peace. It feels at peace, and once we are all at peace, there'll be peace on earth again. So once we all vibrate with the understanding of truth within our whole vibration, and the future coming is that we will vibrate totally through truth, and we will know this, we will feel it. We won't have to read all these books of knowledge and scrolls in ancient civilizations. Is all about consciousness, and all the books of knowledge are in the Akashic records, which is in our DNA, which is in, and this is people, and I can connect people to their own Akashic records and DNA because of my wake up and because of my trauma. And I know that all of us are going to have this connection. All of us are pulling through this awakening right now. So it's a magnificent time to come ahead, but we've got a little bit of this mess. It's like a gunk and a cleaning of this sort of corruption, mess, confusion, and purging and detoxing. And this is what's going on. And there will be more confusing times to come, but we have to go through this confusion to understand. So how do I look after my body? All of us are allowed to have this free information of how to be our own guru, how to be our own doctor, how to take care of ourselves from what the earth provides for us. We shouldn't even pay to be here, but we have to. Obviously, it can't just change overnight. It has to be an undoing, a slowly undoing and a healing of the trauma and this unprocessed stuff. I put on my other video, I think the one that was silent, I was talking about, someone said, though, here's an example. I was doing this sewing thing. It's like this. the communication lines like this, and it's trying to undo it all. So I know when I do my sound healing, where I'm trying to get these ley lines inside each body like this, and when they're clear, so we've got so many meridians, and when they're all clear, I know which one's vibrating at this, and I know which one's. When you've got a vibration unprocessed trauma, you've got one and it's gone like that. But when you process it, it comes back, and your nervous system and connections all come back, and you can connect to source, connect to the Akasha, and there's no light, there's no confusion, there's no. And actually, then when you start detoxing and process, it doesn't become fearful. There's no pain. It's like literally it just cleanses really quickly your immune system. Kids used to have a very good immune system, but they're overloaded now. They're overloaded with all the adults, all us. This is why I'll come on here, because it's not fair on them. Although, well, apparently they know what they're doing because they've come here to help. But that's on a very galactical sort of informational high. At the end of the day, we've got this is very real, very earthly real stuff, and we need to look at alternative ways to get through this healing process. It's not an argument. It's not like I'm right, I'm wrong, who's this. It's just I've found ways that worked and didn't overload my body anymore with any toxins because it couldn't handle it because of trauma. And I was just going to go into something else there, but yeah, so I'm sharing these different ways, and then check. So the liver flushing you can do free at home. Epsom salts you can order online. Make sure you get pharmaceutical stuff. You can use your Epsom salts to flush your intestinal tract. Lemon water in the morning is. I know these things are really simple, but they do make a really big difference if you do it every day. Garlic is actually one of the biggest things, very difficult with children, obviously, but for yourself to process the toxins is to have 1 to 3 whole bulbs on an empty stomach, slightly cooked in the oven so it doesn't have too much heat and like this, but you can actually eat it. So you can have up to 20, 21, 22 cloves, and this will really open up the pores of your skin. It's white, tonifies the lung, and it cleans it really helps that detox process from the kidneys, the gallbladder and the liver all through the bloodstream, and you'll wake up and feel you could do that constantly. Like I've had COVID loads and I welcome it, and this is how I understand how to treat it properly. So not treat it this way, and this is what I do if I feel something, so I use these techniques. So I hope that helps. I'm going to keep this a bit shorter, just a little bit shorter because I've done 2 now because my sound wasn't working again. But I'll try and come back on tomorrow. I'm going to try and do a bit more free information. So all this information is free to us, basically. All right, take care.